what's happening?
Yeah, what are we doing?
Tomorrow?
Yeah.
Packing up to go down to the Stewart Ranch for a little trophy tag fulfillment. Me and Gabe looking forward to Thanksgiving weekend. Trying after a big old 10-point. We'll see if he can stay still enough. It'll be fun.
Have you ever seen the far side of a mountain swallow the sky as you travel through the valley?
Arguably one of the most special places on earth for me. It's in southeastern Oklahoma. It's a beautiful working cattle ranch. It's about 12,000 acres. It's been managed intensely for about the last 10 years for big bucks, and it's a really special place. So the season's been pretty tough. Aside from shooting my management deer, which is an older deer that I had targeted, I shot him on the first week of November. I was really excited to get him, but aside from that, it's been pretty challenging.
Have you ever seen the quiet indecision of a man when he's standing by the fire with an eager friend in his hand? Or will he ever quite understand that it will follow the rain? I said, oh my friend, it will follow the rain. Have you ever seen your baby getting caught by?
Always do this, help with scent. They know cows. They accept cows. They don't like humans. And they can smell, so just anything I can do to divert their attention off of a human being to one of these. They live with these. They don't live with us. We are danger. It smells good in the truck, too.
The spot we're hunting is called Mailbox. We found it out of the blue. Was actually trying to locate a deer that had been wounded early in the year, and I put some feed on the ground and found a really active spot. Tons of bucks called Mailbox. The big buck had been showing up on camera that we've been wanting to kill. It's a big old wide 10-point.
The stand we're going to hunt tonight, there's only a one ladder stand, so it's not a very big tree. We're gonna put a buddy ladder stand right next to it, so we just had to go get it. I cut down a few cedar limbs just to give us some background protection because the tree's not very big. And if I try to hang a stand in the tree, it will just be shaking so much that it'll be too challenging to hunt out of. So we're gonna put another ladder stand up. We're gonna try to come in right behind it, go eat some lunch, get our clothes on, slide right in and hunt the rest of the day because the deer are super active where we're going. So it could be a pretty special afternoon. The wind is gonna be a little bit out of the southwest, so it could be pretty magical if we can get it done. So.
Friday night we saw a couple of really good deer. I think we saw a management deer that we really liked, but we just thought, we were holding out for our big boy. We knew it was a matter of time. We thought if we just put our time in, we would see him at some point. So we were prepared to hunt the entire day Saturday. We're hunting all day long. We had leftover chilies. And we're grinding it out. We're staring into the sun most of the afternoon, and then all of a sudden, deer just start pouring. I've never seen so many bucks, and the posturing, and it was absolutely a special night. I mean, we saw every single big buck that we had on camera, except for the one we wanted. So Sunday morning, we have probably only a few hours, and we know a strong cold front's on the way. So really cold weather, high winds are coming. ton of deer start pouring into the feed, and everything comes in and eats, everything leaves, and then all of a sudden I look over and here comes our big boy right upwind of us. Perfect scenario. It couldn't have been more special. I said, Gabe, as soon as he gets behind that tree, I'm gonna draw back, and we got him. He comes all the way in. He's exactly 20 yards from us. I draw back my bow, and as soon as I did, a deer 50 yards straight to the north of us goes berserk, starts snorting, and he vanishes out of our life forever. Heartbreaking. Absolutely heartbreaking. We were so devastated. In fact, we looked at each other and we just packed up our stuff and we got down. I mean, at 9:30 in the morning. I mean, really at prime time. We just packed our stuff. We were so disgusted, and we just climbed out of the tree and walked out of there. So we jump in the car and we're driving down the road, and I look over and I see a big buck with his head up in a tree. And it was the craziest thing. I just stopped the car and I see this big buck. I said, Gabe, there's a giant buck. And I pulled my binoculars up and I look and I'm like, wow, that's a really good 8-point. In fact, I didn't even recognize at the time, but it's one that I actually had on camera, have some trail camera history of, and super wide, beautiful 8-point is just making a scrape, minding his own business, has no idea that we're there. And I stop the car and I just look at Gabe, I go, you want to kill that deer? And Gabe goes, let's do it. It was crazy. I couldn't believe that deer was so enthralled with making a scrape that he didn't even recognize us. I mean, this is a big buck, and this buck is just working along a tree line, and I go, he's gonna pop out, watch this, and sure enough. I draw back on my knees and just send one right through the Boilermaker. When I saw the arrow release, I mean, I knew it was good. It was 45 yards, which, I mean, that's a pretty good launch. Wind's blowing. And I just take off after the deer immediately. It was crazy. I find my arrow and it's just covered with blood. I mean, it's beautiful blood. And
that thing is a wide, big old, broken up brow tine 8-pointer.
we spend 20 hours in the tree. We jump in the car to go home, and we end up having luck. And that's just 20 hours that weekend. So cumulatively, over all of October, all of November, it's well over 150 hours I had in the tree hunting a big buck. And you're driving home and you get one shot. I mean, that's how crazy this sport is, right? I mean, it just out of the blue, and that's when it happens. I mean, you gotta be ready anytime, any second, you know. That's why I practice every day. I mean, you see me in the backyard shooting my bow for one arrow, right? I mean, and you hope that you make good on that one shot that you get.